Alright, hey guys, we're back with another video. This is day 4, and we actually have a special guest today. And I would like you to meet my brother, 12 years old, in kindergarten, Luke Sanders, mewing for some reason. Alright, here's our second special guest. Oh my gosh. He is 9 actually. I messed up yesterday, so yeah. Here he is. Levi
Hi.
Sanders. Alright. And he's going to be on our video also. Alright, so yesterday we talked about what God desires of us in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5. Today we're going to be in 3 different chapters, but still in Matthew. So let's go right to the notebook. Alright, so let's flip. Alright, here we are. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8, verses 23 through 27. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, verses 5 through 10. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 17, verses 19 through 21. I almost messed up. But here is my special guest, Luke, with the topic for today.
Having faith in Jesus Christ.
Alright, here's our second guest speaker, Levi Sanders, with one of the stories.
Jesus calms the storm.
The yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees, I think that's how you say that. And Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. Words I didn't know, there were none. I instead added this words to know so that I would be able to put words that I already knew, but y'all might not know, and that are important to the story. So let's go ahead and flip to the next page. Alright, so our first word is rebuke, which is express sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their behavior or actions. Alright, our second word, yeast, which is a natural leavening agent, and that is used to make bread rise. This definition I just got from my food science class, but I'll put the actual definition that I found online right here. Alright, for the third and fourth word, we have Pharisees and Sadducees. I put the definition, or like 2 different sections, like a T-chart. I don't know if it's a T-chart, but boom, boom, Pharisees, Sadducees. And you can just go ahead and read those. I'll give you 5 seconds. Alright, for our last word, we have mustard seed. And here I'm just going to show you a picture because you don't really need a definition for it. Alright, so at the top we have the young picture, or the seed picture. And here we have the grown-up picture, or the adult tree picture. Alright, now we'll go ahead and go into the Bible. Alright, here we are in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8. Well, it says 9, but we're on 8. 9's right here. 8's over here. We have Jesus calms the storm. Here's 23 and 27. So we'll end right here. This does have an extra point, or extra bit right here. It does go to 32, but we're just going to read to 27. It still works with just 23 through 27. Side note, we're just going to do each chapter by itself, so I'll do 8, then I'll do the other 2 chapters. But yeah, let's go right into the reading. Jesus calms the storm. Verse 23. Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." Here's Jesus restores 2 demon-possessed men. This was 28 through 32. So right there ends. just so you know what this extra bit right here when it says demonic influence is talking about. Chapter 8, verses 23 through 32. In this passage, Jesus exhibited power over both the weather and the demonic realm. In both cases, his disciples learned lessons about faith in God's incredible power. Since Jesus has the ability to calm a mighty storm and rid the people of demonic influence, he can certainly calm the storms we encounter and overcome any forces of evil that come against us. Alright, here we are in the next chapter, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, right here. And the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees, verse 5 to 10, which is right here. 11 is right here, so we'll end right here after gathered. And just a little explanation for yeast. Jesus isn't actually talking about the leavening agent. It explains it right here. Then they understood that he was not telling them to guard against the yeast used in bread, but against the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. The reason I said this was because there is no explanation for these verses. So, yeah. The yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Verse 5. When they went across the lake, the disciples forgot to take bread. Be careful, Jesus said to them. Be on your guard against the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees. They discussed this among themselves and said, It is because we didn't bring any bread. Aware of their discussion, Jesus asked, You of little faith, why are you talking among yourselves about having no bread? Do you still not understand? Don't you remember the 5 loaves for the 5,000, and how many basketfuls you gathered? Alright, here we are on the next chapter, the Gospel of Matthew. It's not actually 18, it's 17, like last time. And here is 19. And 21 ends down here. I can't find 21. Where is it? Alright, so 21 is right here. It just says, some manuscripts include here words similar to Mark 9:29. It does have the extra bit right here, but we're not going to read 14 through 21. We're just going to read 19 through 21. This should all still be the same for everything, but yeah. Alright, let's go read. Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. Verse 19. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, Why couldn't we drive it out? He replied, Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, Move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Alright, so for verse 14, the context is needed. It talks about one of Jesus' disciples failing to cast out one of the demons because of its little faith. Alright, now we can go ahead and read this. Chapter 17, verses 14 through 21. This account of the disciples' failure to cast out a demon teaches us a crucial lesson about the role of faith. Jesus criticized the disciples for their lack of faith in God's powerful ability to heal the boy. We don't need large amounts of faith for God to work in us. We need only a small amount, as small as a mustard seed, to effect change. Prayer and faith in God are enough to move mountains. Alright, so thank you for listening to this reading. I really appreciate it. And let's give a special thanks to our special guests, Levi and Luke. Alright, so I'll link both their YouTube channels. Not link them. I'll just put them right here. Here's Luke's and here's Levi's. You can just look at that for a little bit while I talk. So I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow's thing. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, so yeah.
Wait, hang on. I have something to say. Go subscribe. I have 115 subscribers. You know my channel, right here. I got 10K still. 10K views. So you know my channel right here. My channel's right there. I have 2 right there, 2. And then I also have the one girl he's always putting in his videos stuff right here.
So the main takeaway for today is faith. Always have faith. Always remember to keep your faith in Jesus Christ. And God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.